I'm going to swing it to you first. What do you have for the very first this week in the NBA for the 2024-2025 season?
So I had a couple of things I kind of wanted to, take a gander about. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is LaMelo Ball. He's very good at basketball, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's the first couple of games 35, and he's had double-digit assists already. Not sure what his stats are currently right now as they are playing against my Celtics. And they're only down 7 in the fourth. LaMelo has 31. So things just keep on getting. I tweeted, I think it was last week, LaMelo Ball's doing this weird thing that the best point guards in the NBA do, like the numbers that he's putting up. And I think a lot of people kind of forget about how good he actually was, but he's been pretty brittle in his past couple of years in the NBA. He's been to a couple of play-in games, but in both of those playing games, he's been kind of blanked in both of those games. So a lot of people are like, oh, he's just a regular season merchant, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a lot of guys in the league that put up, empty stats and don't produce in the playoffs or have never even gotten there. And plus, LaMelo is still very young. He just signed He just signed an extension off of his rookie deal, so this is his second contract. He's finishing up his rookie deal. So, I think LaMelo is definitely one of the best point guards in the NBA, let alone the East in the NBA. 6'7" guard. He has a strap. He's making 3-pointers off of one leg. Like it's getting ridiculous on what he's able to do on the court. It's not really transitioning to winning. That could be, Brandon Miller's not there and he's in Charlotte. But what LaMelo's been able to do in this little 5-6 game stretch, it's been unbelievable. And I think he is one of those guys that, a lot of people kind of wrote off or just fell into a black hole because, he's out of sight, out of mind. He's out for the year. We don't really get to see LaMelo play. So people are just like, oh, okay, yeah, don't get out of here. We're talking to me about LaMelo Ball. No, LaMelo's actually pretty good, and he's the best ball brother. And a lot of people kind of coming up thought Lonzo would be what LaMelo is. But, when LaMelo kind of had his growth spurt in his last year in high school at Spire, and I was like, oh, okay, like he's 6'6", 6'7", coming out of high school. He's still a guard. And then we saw him do the overseas thing. And then obviously this is a guy who was in the same draft class as Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman, who was selected ahead of LaMelo.
Rip James Wiseman.
Definitely who tore his Achilles on I don't even know what happened. Like he was pulling up for 3 and just tore it. Like I don't know.
First time he touched the ball to begin the season. First time.
Like he touched the ball at the top of the key, gone. And that was it. This was a guy who was, James Wiseman was taken ahead of him, and the Warriors could have had. Imagine if the Warriors would have got LaMelo Ball. Like that would be insane. And it was kind of off of a fluke thing. Steph got hurt, Clay got hurt, and Draymond kind of just mailed in the rest of the season. And the Warriors were somehow picking in the top 3, and they screwed it up. They kind of panicked and were just like, oh, we've never really been here like that. Last time we were picking this early, we were picking Klay Thompson or we were picking Steph Curry. And
they weren't ready to move off Klay, man. They should have just.
It wasn't even about moving off Klay. I just think it was just who was the best player available. And I still thought LaMelo was the best player available after Anthony Edwards was selected. A lot of people kind of they didn't really watch Ant in college, but Anthony Edwards was a dog. He went to Georgia. So, that's my this week. And my other this week in the NBA is what else do I have on? Oh, the Phoenix Suns. They're quietly 4-1. A lot of people aren't really talking about them. Also because of last year, they assembled Bradley Beal and Devin Booker and all those, and Kevin Durant, obviously, as that trio, and we kind of were all thinking it's what the Nets were supposed to look like with James Harden and, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant when they all went to Brooklyn. We were kind of thinking something similar. Something similar did happen. A lot of those guys didn't really get a chance to play together because of injury. Brad missed a bunch of games, Book missed a bunch of games, and obviously KD missed a bunch of games last year. Now you have a new head coach in Coach Budenholzer. I like the draft pick that they had and Dunn. I thought he's been playing really good. They also add in the offseason, Tyus Jones, a Dookie. I think he's going to be a great point guard addition for them. And really, the only loss that the Suns have was that 20-point. They were beating the Lakers by 20 points, and the Lakers just stormed all the way back last Friday and ended up winning by double digits. So I feel like that was the only blunder. But other than that, I mean, last night, Devin Booker had a 40-piece. KD's apologizing to fans for going 0 for 0 in for everybody's parlays. That was insane. He didn't shoot it. He didn't shoot the ball at all in the fourth quarter, which was crazy. But he apologized to everybody. So I guess KD might care about everyone's parlays and DraftKings and Prize Picks. He might have a heart. The man has a heart, ladies and gentlemen. But I do think the Suns, who I get it's a 5-game sample size, this could be a team who, what we all thought last year, they would be like the best team in the West. They would cakewalk to the finals. They got another year under their belt, and I feel like those 3 guys are starting to figure out a way to play within themselves and be able to play together and not try to let's go out and score 50 points, but there's only one ball. So I think that's going to play a role and the new system they're in with Coach Budenholzer, who is an NBA champion, by the way. And now with those guys together and the collective that they kind of have around them, it will be better. And I think this year they should be a better team and be one of the top teams in the Western Conference.
All right, Alex, I'm going to swing it to you next. What do you have for us for this week in the NBA? And you are muted.
I knew that. I don't have much. I think off the top is I'm focused on one player this season to see if he could really prove to me that he could be in the league, and that's Zion Williamson. And besides like that 30-piece game he had, I'm not liking what I'm seeing from him. I'm a little disappointed, but it is like 4 or 5 games in the season. You can't judge someone like that when it's an 82-game season. And then you have playoffs after that, things like that. So I'm not going to go too much in that, but I'm just speaking out of existence. I'm tired of seeing him injured, sitting out all the time. He needs to play. He needs to be healthy. I don't think we ever saw a full season out of him, and he's been in the league 5 years now. This needs to get rolling. 1. 2, the Bucks are 1-4. Crazy. I do not think Dame and Giannis are good. They're not 2 players I would put together on a team. I think they're kind of dynamic to their team, and what they bring kind of collide a lot. But maybe Doc Rivers can right the ship. But they can't let Doc Rivers go. So, because that would be too catastrophic. You can't be just changing head coaches every single mid-season like this. So, interested to see how that goes. Ja Morant. He is coming back with a chip on his shoulder and playing crazy. Actually, the Grizzlies are playing crazy right now, but specifically Ja. Really excited to see him on the court. Really hope that he's healthy enough to withstand 82 games this season and the playoffs. And I'm excited to see how he grows as a basketball player, as a leader on the court. Now that they have some new players, I saw Scottie Pippen Jr. He's just getting double-doubles all the time now. I think he might be leading the team in assists, or he's the second leader in assists. So he's balling out there too. So I'm excited to see how he's kind of mentoring those young guys and also just trying to be that leader on that team this year. And then you can't not bring up the Magic. I feel it sucks that
so sad.
So sad. Oh, and it was 2 days after he got like his 50-piece or something? Insane. I really feel like the Magic give them a few more years, they're going to be going toe to toe with the Celtics in the East. I truly believe that. And I feel like
maybe 3 or 4.
This injury, obviously they're not at full health, they're not at full strength, and they're in the East though, so they'll be fine. It's not like the West, but I am saddened about that. But other than that, I'm excited for this game with the Timberwolves and the Nuggets later tonight. That should be a good one. The Nuggets are trash this year. Also something to bring up. No squad around Jokic. None.
Just yo.
Whatsoever. They're just like, you know what? This is all we got. So I wonder how. I think they have a good head coach. I forgot his name. But I think he can right the ship. Mike Malone, yes. I think he's a really good head coach. I think he could fix this issue, but they're going to need a trade soon. Oh, who are they going to trade for? Have no clue. Yeah, that's my. Oh, and the Lakers are actually pretty decent. I'll leave it at that though, because I'm not. I don't want to get too deep into the Lakers and be like, oh, they're not making it to the championship. I don't even think they may be a playoff team, but they're looking pretty decent. That's all I'll say.
They're up 20 right now.
So for my this week in the NBA, Alex, this doesn't involve you. I'm talking straight to Toddy. I'm talking to Shaun, and I'm talking to Gary. 2 seasons ago, we did a factor cap. Is Cam Thomas better than Jalen Green? Numbers don't lie.
Kevin. Hold on, Kevin. Kevin.
Cam Thomas is that guy now. Oh, God. Number 1 option. Jalen Green is what?
He gets 30 shots a game.
3.
Jalen Green is the number 1 option on the Houston Rockets. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? He just signed an extension.
Sengun is the number 1.
Sengun. Okay, I will say
Sengun was an all-star last year before he got hurt. Yes or no?
He's pretty decent. But who is that engine of that team? Who is the leader?
They just gave him an extension.
Alex, so you're telling me off of March and 4 games this year, we're going to say JG is the number 1 option. He had a baby to feed last year, all right? We understand the motivation. We've heard it before. Alex, Cade Cunningham, 200 mil plus. Number 1 pick. Evan Mobley, 200-something plus. Jalen Suggs, 8th pick, 200-something plus. Sengun, 24th pick, 200-something plus. Jalen Green, 150. Player option.
It's the Houston Rockets.
Hey, man, y'all think he's something, but the Houston Rockets don't think he's what y'all think he is. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't the Houston Rockets?
Cam Thomas, he get an extension?
He's tight over there.
He's a year younger.
So is he getting what Jalen Green's getting or better?
Who else they got to pay?
They're not.
They definitely have other.
Someone has to learn the franchise with Cooper Cup. I mean, not Cooper Cup. Cooper Flag. Somebody got to be there. Hey, all I'm saying, Cam's averaging 30. Jalen ain't never done that unless he got a kid on the way. So unless he's going to just become Cam Newton or Nick Cannon, I don't really know what we're going to see out of Jalen Green.
Oh, my God.
Moving on. Alex mentioned his name. Ja Morant. Triple-double last night versus the Bucks. There's only been 2 players in Grizzly history to have a triple-double playing 30 minutes or less, and Ja Morant has done it both times. And both times were against the Bucks. So last night, 26, 14, and 10. In 2022, December 15th, he gave the Bucks 25, 10, and 10. Ja Morant is coming, like Alex said. He kept the receipts, and he's back. I love to see Zach Edey on the floor, Desmond Bane. Once he gets healthy and they can finally get some momentum, I think this team's going to be very scary in the West. And when I say very scary, I don't mean top 6. You know, they can make it to the play. They can make some shit shake. Second thing for this week in the NBA, I rushed home Thursday or Wednesday. I rushed home. I told my boss, I said, Wemby and Chet are playing. I'm in front of my TV. I'm throwing something on the grill, and I'm watching. And what did Wemby do? 7 points. Career low. Shit the bed, right? They got their ass smacked. They barking in the camera. We all know how that goes.
Oh, yeah,
but
they do be doing that.
Next game, the very next day, won me some cheddar because I said I know Victor Wembanyama and he's not going out like that. 24 hours later, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 blocks, 5 steals, and he made 4 threes.
That was last night against the Rockets, right?
That was last night, yeah. So what everyone's not really talking about that game, Chris Paul, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals. Stephon Castle is going to be able to flourish with a guy like this. Victor Wembanyama is going to be able to flourish with a point guard like this. So it's really nice to see that they're committed to him. Tell you what you got.
Oh, no, I just wanted to make sure he was done.
No. I got you. But we got a comment we got to get to from my father. He said he's scared of Chet. You know, I was telling everybody Chet could have been rookie of the year. And, you know, for a good part of that stretch, it looked like it, but Victor is Victor. Before I throw it to you, Alex, I'm going to throw it at Toddy. What you got, Toddy?
I'm going to call you out about John Morant. I specifically said a couple of – this was before the season. This was like – I wouldn't say
I was waiting for you to bring this up, brother. I was waiting for you to bring this up.
What was that? What am I about to say, Kev?
Are you about to bring up the factor cap?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
this is something else. This is – but – John Morant, when healthy, is an all-NBA type of player. When I said that, Kevin lost his damn mind and said, whose spot is he taking?
But hold on, Tony. Now it's positionless. When you said that, it was still positions.
Oh, no.
Now it's positionless.
It was last year. It was positionless last year. So I'm gonna revisit the topic last year. John Morant, an all-NBA caliber player.
I mean, you got Luka. You got SGA, you got Jalen Brunson. That's just point guards. Then you got all the 2s in the world, all the 3s in the world, all the 4s in the world, all the 5s in the world.
Sounds like you don't agree still.
Doubles, he should get all NBA.
Okay, don't get me wrong. If Russell Westbrook's season, if that's what he's about to do, triple-double average, then by all means, Toddy, I was wrong.
So now you got to average a triple-double to be an
That's what Alex said. Alex said if he continues to do that.
No. If he's continuing at the rate that he's doing, I think that it is more impressive.
He's playing at an all-NBA caliber.
So let me ask you this, Toddy. Can you name me 15 players in the NBA better than John Morant?
Here we go.
Okay.
No.
Well, then he should be all NBA. I could name you about 15, 16, 18, 19.
Better than Ja?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hands down.
That's
hands
crazy.
down. What? I know it's a what have you done for me lately, and he's been gone, so people forget about him.
Mm-hmm.
People like
I'm
you.
not just like the rest of the world. Just you and Alex might be the only ones in this corner, but you know what? It's all good. Alex, I'm gonna swing it to you before we move on to the next segment. What did you have to say?
I'm not gonna sit here and say Victor isn't a good player. He is. I'm not saying that at all, just for the record. I'm just saying that within the system of the Spurs, I just don't. So he had 25 points last night. He had 4 threes. That's 12 points. So that means he really just got 13 points. What, 2s and like free throws? For a man that's 7'5", that's not enough for me. The fact that you get 9 rebounds, like, I'm going to need at least a double-double average every single game. You're way too tall. You have Chris Paul as a point guard. Throw it up to the sun. But that I'm also understanding that I am not a professional basketball player. I am just someone who watches basketball. So I understand that Victor is good, and I understand he will be the greatest player in the NBA at some point in his career. But I just think that him shooting all these threes, trying to do a Kevin Durant, go between his legs, try to create movement off the dribble, I think that's great. But I think he needs to get to the post and do some work down low.
Oh, and he's lacking in the sack. He can't go in the post.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it really bothers me because that's what happened in the OKC game, and that's what took him out. The fact that he had 6-7 points, but he had either no shot attempts or he didn't make all his shot attempts in the second half. That is ridiculous. I understand he's 20. I understand that he's young. He's still learning. Totally understand that. Totally valid reasons. Not good enough for me.
Oh, I
Go ahead,
want
Toddy.
Kevin. Do you know who the front runner for the MVP is right now?
Right now, I'm pretty sure it's Jason Tatum, no?
You NBA champion Jason Tatum, that guy, the guy
NBA champion, 2K cover,
that
gold Olympus, 3 shoes.
All NBA.
Hey, only American on All NBA.
I'm like,
That's
he's
cool.
averaging 30. He ended with 32 and 11 against the Hornets. That game's wrapping up as we speak. I'm just want to put that out there. MVP front runner. I mean, the guy that Kevin famously in our group chats and text messages calls him Robin. He's a Robin in the NBA. He's not a Batman. He's not the main character, as basically what he's saying. And I just wanted to hear Kevin say who the MVP front runner is. I get it's 5 games, but
no. You know what? Let's keep going. Let's keep the momentum going. All right. Right. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. If it's yes, raise your hand. If it's no, just keep your hands where they are. Are the Knicks gonna be a playoff team?
Absolutely.
Okay. Wizards?
No.
Pistons?
No.
At this rate, the Bucks?
I think the Bucks still make playoffs.
The Bucks will be top 4. They don't get it together.
Hornets?
They can slip in. They
can play in maybe.
At the playoffs, not play in.
They can sneak in. I like Alex. She said
they could. All right, they could.
I'm gonna go like this.
Yeah, I'm like
my head shaky.
And then the Pacers. We'll all put our hands up. So we named 2 playoff teams and 2 no's and 1.
Okay, you forgot about the 76ers. You forgot about the Orlando
Magic. I'm saying the people that he played. The people that he's played this year. No, I'm saying the people that he's played this year. Toddy's chanting MVP. Who has he played? The Pistons?
Not go bad.
The Wizards? Congratulations. You were down 25 to the Pacers. It's the Pacers. And you guys came back and won by 3. So
Pistons are a good team.
Oh, yeah. The Pistons are a very good team. Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Let me go ahead and shake my hand for the Pacers or the Pistons, excuse me. So, it's nice. Toddy, like I told you, going into the finals, I had a cart with some Jason Tatums and a jersey. I was ready to pass the throne.
Who is Jason Tatum sponsored by, Kevin?
Jordan Brand.
Okay. Just one.
But let's see if he got a couple more games in him. Let's see if we can consistently be MVP conversation. That's all I want to say. It's been 5 games. You ain't really played. You played 2 good teams. So let's slow down on the MVP ladder 5 games into the season, because you know who's not going to be there? Anthony Davis. So let's go ahead and calm down and let's keep it moving. And I know we mentioned Wemby beforehand,